So let's first create the basic UI for the game. So I've created two scenes. One is the main gameplay, and the next one up is the main menu. And I also set up the color palettes. As you can see, this one is all the colors we are using. You can get it from the GitHub link, which is inside the editor folder. And next we have all of our resources. Now inside the game, we already set the main camera color. Let's add empty, and this one is going to be our main panel. Now our main panel in our uh, portrait mode, it's going to stretch the whole screen. Now after it is completely filled, let's set up our canvas. So it's going to be inside the main camera. Main camera is going to be here. Let's make it a little bit closer. Scale with screen size, and the reference resolution we are going to use 1080 by 1920, and we are going to match the height. And after setting up our main canvas, let's add our the basic UI in our main panel. So the first thing it's going to have is the text, and it's just going to be the title text, which is going to say Puralax, and it's going to fit the whole screen. It will be bold, and let's set the size to 128, and the color to a darker black color, and we'll position it at the center. And let's increase the character spacing to 25 or maybe around 15. So as you can see, that's the title text of our game. And after that, we have a logo, which is going to be the 9 squares. So it's going to be positioned at 5 and 2. And we'll add an image to our logo, which is going to be UI image. And it's going to have a sprite of pixel. And its size is going to be 160 by 160. And the center color is going to be white, but let's create one more image which is going to be positioned at -60 and 160, and let's change this color to our first color, which is the red one. So as you can see, this image is currently here, and after that we'll change it to second color, position X, will change it match to the right, and after that we will set our third color, which is going to be the yellow, and it's going to be positioned at positive 160. And our first image is pure white color. We need to match it the background so it fits perfectly, and our here position Y is going to be 0. Set the color to the green, and similarly we'll add all our colors and our sprites. So position Y is negative. Let's do delete it. Here it's positive, and the color is a dark blue. And after that, our color is purplish. So it's going to be positioned at -160. And the final block is going to be the pink, which is going to be towards the left. So this is our title screen. And if we see it inside the high resolution view, it like fits perfectly. Now after that, we are going to have three buttons which are going to be, let's create an image, and the first one is our play button, which will take us to the stage, and it's going to be 760 by 160, and it's going to be positioned at -256, and we'll set its color to be our blue color. So this is our play button, and the play button is going to have a text which is going to say play. Let's position it to the center. Let's make it bold and increase the size to 128 or maybe around 96. Let's set it to 96 and increase the character gap to 25. So this is going to be for the play. Now let's duplicate this play, and this one is going to be for the quit. Now the quit is going to be colored red, and we are going to position it at negative 640. And in between our quit and play, we are going to have our sound button, which is similarly going to be orange colored. So let's go inside our sound and let's set its color to orange, and it's going to be positioned negative 448. So these are our three buttons. Now let's change the text for our quit, and let's also add an image for our sound button, so which is going to be UI and image, and this image is going to be our sound image. Now it's going to have one more image, which is going to be the active image, and inside our active image it's going to be 32 by 256 and a pixel, and instead of 256 we'll use -25. So this is going to be our sound image. Now we have all our three buttons, and whenever we click on the button it's going to execute from the main menu manager, and which again is going to have the sound. It's going to have an audio manager, so we'll create it afterwards, but let's set this active to 24 so it doesn't look bad enough. So this is our main screen, and inside our main menu manager we are going to attach a main menu manager component, and we will create one more panel which is going to be our stage panel. So whenever we hit or click our play button, it's going to show up on our stage panel. Now for this stage panel, let's first create its title, so UI, and it's going to be an image, and we'll call it title, and it's going to be positioned from the top at -80, and our stage panel is already like fixing the whole screen, and its width and height is going to be 1080 by 160. And if we change our sprite and change its color, we are able to see at the top. Now our title text is also going to have a couple of components. The first component is going to be the text which is on the title. So let's create a text on the title, and again this is going to be the title text, and it's just going to call the name of the game, which is the Puralax, and let's have it centered and increase the size to 128. Now if we increase the character width to 15, it's going to be looking better. Now let's make it 96, and after title it's going to have one more button which is going to be for the back button, but before that let's create a title 1080. Okay, so it's going to be our stage select, which is another simple button. It's just going to set call select stage, and it's positioned at -256, not bold, and we'll set its color to be the darker color, and let's not have character width, or maybe just lower it. Now this is going to be our stage select, We are just creating the basic how it's going to look. Now again, if we increase its size, it won't matter. So let's go in the portrait high. And after we have created our title, it's going to have one more button for going back. So we'll just call it back, and it's going to have the button for the back, and it also have button component which is going to just hide this panel and show our main panel. So it's going to be positioned from the left, and it's going to be at positive 80, and that's our back panel. Now we can create our functionality to change our panel inside our main menu manager. So this is our stage panel, and this is our main panel. Now let's go inside Visual Studio and let's start creating the code for our main menu manager. So our main menu manager currently is going to need the code for updating the click button and quitting the game. So the easiest one is the quit. So we'll call it game quit, and it's just going to call the application.quit. And if we are inside our Unity editor, it's going to call the Unity editor dot editor application dot displaying to false, and will end the if. And after we have the quit, we have the public void click the play. And what click the play is going to do is it's going to show or show the stage panel and hide our main panel. So we'll need a reference to it: the main panel, the stage panel, and the level panel. And finally, the last reference is going to be for the active sound image. And we'll also need a static game main menu manager instance, so we'll also create it, and we'll do it everything inside our awake. So inside our awake, we'll set the main panel dot set active to true, because we are inside our main panel. Level panel dot set active to false. Now inside our click to pay, we'll do the reverse. So we'll set the main panel to false and level panel to true. And after we click the back to main, again it's going to hide our main panel and hide our level panel and show the main panel. So that should be all the 4 functions. Now the only thing we need to do is set that functions for our all the objects. So let's go inside Unity, and let's first attach the main menu, all the components. So this is the main panel, and this is the stage panel. Currently we don't have the level panel, and we are not using both of it, so it won't matter much. Now inside our main panel, for the play, let's add a button component. And what it's going to do, it's going to get the main menu manager reference, and it's going to call the click the play. Now similarly for the quit, we'll add a button component, and it will call the game quit function. So let's add our main menu manager, and it's going to call the game quit function. Now we are not adding the functionality for sound right now, because it's going to be creating another script, which is the audio manager. But inside our stage panel, we can add the functionality for the back. which is again going to be our back to main function. Now, if we hit play, we have not set the references for the level panel, and our unassigned left unassigned exception, the variable level panel, okay, doesn't matter, as we are going to use it afterwards. But if we hit quit, we are able to quit the game, and when we hit play, our okay stage panel, we set the level panel, we need to assign the stage panel. So it was going to be the stage panel dot set active to false, and stage panel dot set active to false. So it's like level only, so it won't matter much. So that was just a typo. So let's hit play, and if we hit play, we are able to see our main stage panel, which is activated, and if we hit back, we are back inside our main menu. So that was it for the basic main menu UI. In the next video, we are going to create the panel for the stage, in which I'll add each of the stages, and we'll set the stage property to whatever we have clicked. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.